Hail Caesar, please read this. Trebonius has asked you to read his humble petition.
Oh Caesar, read mine first, for mine's a petition that is closest to Caesar. Read it, great.
Excitement fills the air. Music flows in rhapsody. Breeze paint on young faces in costume wear, suit to portray drama or comedy. Let's open a box of surprises, and as the curtain rises, the magic begins, the truth is told. Soon, the drama unfolds.
Young in old, eager and bold, all await the evening divine, as each one of us is captivated, enraptured, captured in time. Messages from days of yore fill our hearts pure. Colors and emotions run high, like a rainbow in the sky. We present before you just a Bachpan.
To all parents and grandparents who are amongst us on this lovely December morning, we extend a hearty welcome to all of you present here. Once again, a very good morning on behalf of all students of class 10. On this opening day of Just a Bachpan, the Carnival of Vivacity, I feel privileged to address this august gathering. The joy fills the air as this lovely time of the year closes in, and here we at Delhi Public School Patna celebrate and enjoy the colors of youth and childhood.
These are the memories, those that we shall cherish and savor throughout our lives whenever we disembark on the quest of salubrity and heat. So let the curtains lift and let the carnival begin. Now, I would like to invite my friends Sukrit and Tushar on stage to present before you the class report.
Dear parents, the D-Day has finally arrived for the students of class 10 who are geared up to enact the play Julius Caesar and put up a mesmerizing show for you. Before we set the balls rolling and commit today's cultural panorama, let's capture some magical moments. Let's create some happy memories and let's surround ourselves with happiness as we celebrate this special day. I would like to apprise you on the momentous achievements of our budding scholars of class 10, heartily embracing the annual theme of academic session 2015-16, celebrating diversity. From this year onwards, our school intends to be aware, empathetic and appreciative of all those with special abilities. There is ability in disability. Disability is within and without. In this truth, there is no doubt. Let us not gape at others and stare. Let us look at ourselves and study with care. We will find our own disabilities there, and we need to spend time improving them here. Look up to God for our strength and our health. This ability will lead to external treasures of will. Competencies amongst the students flow from their self-awareness and self-regulation, decision-making and open communication, empathy and motivation. The Scholar Badge ceremony and the investiture ceremony start the school calendar as the academic achievements of the previous year are recognized and honored. The prefectorial body members go through a stringent process of selection before taking on the responsibility of guiding the students and leading by example. This year has been abounding with outstanding events to be treasured through one's life. A thought-provoking class assembly has always been a part and parcel of DPS tradition. An assembly is planned in such a way that it brings out the inherent potential of each and every child. The focus is to incorporate the invocation of the Almighty to update the students' worldwide knowledge and above all, participation.
To enhance their overall personality, the school provides the students with an opportunity to partake on activities on a Thursdays, which not only augments their buoyancy, but also breaks the monotony of academics. A plethora of co-curricular activities, including events like creative writing, art display, quiz, debate, and many more, are conducted to showcase their talents and to motivate them to climb up the rung of the success ladder slowly and steadily. So the Thursday activity is indeed a window through which the students can have a glimpse of their bright future. Socially useful productive work, or SUPW, held on Wednesdays, endows the students with an exceptional prospect to tinker their dormant talents and to motivate them to excel in the fields of their choice. It includes a wide variety of activities to begin with, cooking, gardening, and moving on to indoor and outdoor games, and also a few technology-based activities. The various Olympiads widen the knowledge of young minds. It prepares them to face the competitive outside world. In totality, DPS heats to the overall development of every student by carefully chalking out different activities to enrich them. Into the third year of our READ program promises still further enhancement of literary competence and holistic development for the entire school because we read together. Introduction of robotics in classes 1 to 10 is an attempt to paradigm shift in the curriculum aiming to impart concepts of science, mathematics, engineering and technology. To impart technology and engineering in a way of hands-on activities using construction sets.
In the words of John F. Kennedy, if art is to nourish the roots of a culture, society must set the artist free to follow his vision wherever it takes him. This 5-day-long extravaganza Jashan-e-Bachpan is an effort to bring to you the exquisite beauty and vast range of drama English has to offer. As a first offering, we bring to you one of the finest gems by William Shakespeare, created on the legendary general Julius Caesar. The play Julius Caesar was set in 44 BC. It begins with Julius Caesar's victory parade through Rome after defeating Pompey. However, in the crowd is a soothsayer who wants Caesar to beware the Ides of March. Some councilmen and various others are envious of Caesar and decide to kill him. They root in Brutus, an upright and honorable man, and convince him that Caesar needs to be removed for the good of Rome. On the Ides of March, they surround him and stab him to death in the Capitol. Then they wash their hands in his blood to signify each played a part in his death.
Mark Antony, Caesar's friend, sends a message to Brutus supporting him. Brutus allows him to approach Caesar's body. Brutus also convinces the crowd that Caesar's death was necessary, then allows Mark Antony to speak. Mark Antony begins by apparently agreeing with Brutus and then cleverly turns the crowd against the conspirators who flee with mutiny on their minds. Brutus and the ringleader, Cassius, flee to Sardis where they raise an army against Mark Antony. Whereas here, Mark Antony teams up with 2 other leaders to govern Rome. In deciding whether to take the fight to Mark Antony or allow him to come to them, the opinion of Brutus prevails, and they decide to attack Mark Antony's troops at Philippi. They are defeated by the Mark Antony's troops, and Brutus throws himself upon his own sword. I'm sure you all are waiting for a glimpse of my fellow students performing on stage. So, without any further ado, let me call upon students of class 10 presenting before you the mighty Julius Caesar and the aftermath of his death.
Oh, people roam, oh, people roam, oh, people roam. Julius Caesar had to say, he will never die. It was meant to be that way, though I don't know why. I don't care what people say, Julius Caesar had to say. We don't care what people say, Julius Caesar
us discover this and insult them for the change in loyalty from Pompey to Caesar.
You, what is your trade?
A carpenter, sir.
Where is your leather apron and blue? You, what is your trade?
I am, you might say, a cobbler, sir.
But what trade? Answer me directly.
You might call me a mender of souls, sir.
What trade, you rogue?
Please, sir, don't be angry. But if you are in trouble, I can mend you.
What do you mean? Mend me? You rascal!
Why, sir? Trouble you?
So, you are a cobbler, are you?
Indeed, sir. I am a surgeon of old shoes. Many a great man has used my services.
But why aren't you in your shop? Why do you lead these men around the streets?
It could be to be out their shoes, sir, so that I can get more work. But we are here to see Caesar and celebrate his victory.
Why celebrate? Were you not supporters of Pompey? Did you not cheer him? Then why do you celebrate his death at the hands of Caesar?
Go, my countrymen, and tell us to the mourn the death of Pompey. You'll go that way to the capital, and I'll go this way. Remove the decorations from the images.
But can we do that? It's the feast of Lupercal.
It doesn't matter. Don't let any statue honor Caesar. Send that again Antonio's way when he runs. Antonio,
Yes, Caesar, my lord.
don't forget to touch California when you run. They'll just say that was the man I touched in this holy race. They became fertile.
I shall remember. When Caesar sends on this, it is done.
Go on. Leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ha! Who calls?
Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
Who is calling me? I am listening.
Beware! The Ides of March!
Who is that?
A fortune teller. He tells you to beware the Ides of March.
Let me see his face.
Come through the crowd. Caesar wants to see you.
What did you say? Say it again.
Beware! The Ides of March!
Ha! He's a dreamer. Forget about him. Go.
Are you not going to watch the race? Not I.
Please, go to watch.
I'm not as much of a sports lover like Antony is. But don't let me stop you.
Brutus, you are not yourself these days. Have I offended you in any way?
Cassius, don't worry. I'm worried about another matter. You will always be my friend and I'm not offended by anything you may have done. I'm relieved. What is this shouting? I'm afraid people have chosen Caesar as their king.
Oh, you're afraid. Does that mean you don't want that?
I don't, Cassius, although I love him. But why have you held me back? Is there something you want to tell me?
I'm afraid for Caesar's health. Once, he challenged me to jump with him into the Tiber and swim to a certain point. I did so immediately, and halfway there, he called out to me to save him. His strength was failing. He had a fever in Spain and sometimes suffers fits. I'm surprised at how such a weak man can have so much of power.
Caesar, who is noble and wise, has been offered the crown by Mark Antony. The people shouted to show their approval, but Caesar refused. Although somewhere deep within, he wanted to be the king. It seems that after taking this decision, Caesar is not so happy.
Another shout. Apparently someone wanted to Caesar. He's like a giant, and we are just little men. Brutus and Caesar. Your name is as good as his, yet his fame is greater.
What I think of this and other matters, I will let you know in due course, and I will hear you patiently. But know this, Brutus would rather be a villager than a noble man in the hard times that are to come.
I am glad that my words have struck a spark.
Games are over, Caesar returns.
Games are over, Caesar returns. Tap Cascas the past, and he will tell us how the games went. I will do so. But look, Cassius, Caesar seems to be angry about something, and California looks pale too. Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonio!
Caesar,
I want prosperous men around me. Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, and such men are dangerous.
No, dear. You have friends like Brutus and Cassius. I think they are prosperous too.
Don't worry about him, Caesar. He's a noble man and not dangerous at all.
No, Antonio, and no, my dear California. If only he were fatter. But I'm not afraid of him. Yet, if Caesar were to be afraid of any man, it would be Cassius. He is well read and very observant. But he doesn't like music, theatre, dance like you do. Come to my right. For I'm deaf in my left ear. And tell me what you think of him.
did you want to talk to me? Yes, Casca. Why is Caesar looking so sad? Weren't you there with him? I wouldn't have asked Casca then. He was offered a crown and refused it, which made the people shout. What was the second noise for? For the same reason.
They shouted thrice. What was the last take for?
For the same reason.
Was he offered crown thrice?
Yes, and he refused it thrice. And at every refusal, the people shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
It was Antony.
Tell me the details, Casca.
Oh, it was just fooling around. I didn't pay much attention to that. I saw Anthony offering him the crown and he refused it. Then Anthony offered him the crown second time and he refused it again. But it really looked like he wanted to put it on. When Anthony offered him the crown the third time and Caesar refused it the third time, he set up such a noise that Caesar fainted.
Was Caesar injured?
He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at the mouth and was speechless.
Yes, he has epilepsy, the falling sickness.
No, Caesar doesn't. But you and I do have the falling sickness. And honest, Casca will have the falling sickness.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm sure that Caesar fell down. He was really playing up to the gallery like an actor in the theatre.
What did he say? When did he gain consciousness?
Oh God, before he fell down, when he saw how pleased the people were that he refused the crown, he offered them his throat to cut. Then he fell. When he came to, he apologized if he has done something and asked them to blame it on his infirmity. The ham.
And after that he came away sadly?
Yes,
Did Cicero say anything?
yes, he spoke Greek.
What was the meaning?
I can't tell you that, but those who understood him smiled and shook their heads. As for me, it was Greek to me. I have more news. Marulus and Flavius were caught taking the decorations of Caesar's statues and have been executed. Farewell.
Will you have dinner with me tonight, Casca?
No, I have a prior engagement.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Yes, if I am alive, if you are sane, and if the food is good.
Good. I'll expect you.
Do so. Farewell.
Oh, what a blunt fellow is.
He is quick to execute any bold enterprise, but it disguises his wit with bluntness.
True. Time for me to go, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll come over, or if you wish, come over to my house.
I'll do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, you are a noble man, but you seem to be a worried man. It is good to stick with other noble men, but anyone can be flattered. He will not listen to me now, but tonight I have some of the people to throw praising notes into his window. And after today, Caesar had better seat him securely, for we are going to unseat him.
Rising up, back on the street, take my time, took my chances. When the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. What is this, out in the streets, lions thunder walking corpses. Fire heaven by the trees at my feet, how can I ever survive? It's the end of the world and it's the end of the fight. I would fight if I just knew my rivals. And the blossom survivors of the spring and night. And we're all doomed, we're doomed by the sun under the lightning. Face to face, out in the breeze, we face any opponent. Except when I heard no face and no feet, nor body, is it alive? It's the end of the world and it's the end of the fight. I would fight if I just knew my rival. And the blossom survivors of the spring and night. And we're all doomed, we're doomed by the sky, thunder and lightning. What is this, out in the streets, lions thunder walking corpses. Fire heaven by the trees at my feet, how can I ever survive? It's the end of the world and it's the end of the fight. I would fight if I just knew my rival. And the blossom survivors of the spring and night. And we're all doomed and doomed by the sky, thunder and lightning.
and ghostly women are seen walking on the street. Casca meets Cicero on the street, evidently frightened by the eerie sights he has seen, and Cicero predicts that terrible incidents are about to unfold. Cassius arrives, confident that the storm is the wrath of gods against Caesar's tyranny, and persuades Casca to join the conspirators.
Casca tells him that Senate meets to crown Caesar king the following day. Now with a heightened sense of urgency, Cassius and Cinna decide to pull the forces of conspiracy together. Cassius, now having enlisted Casca in the group of conspirators, leads to Brutus' home. Brutus must be convinced that assassination of Caesar is a noble attempt to save people of Rome from dictatorial rule of Caesar. As Brutus was well honored, so to convince people, Brutus must be included in the plan, so that assassination of Caesar is seen as a noble enterprise.
Good evening, Casca. Did you take Caesar home? Why do you look so breathless? And why that wild look on your face?
Aren't you scared when the very earth moves? I've seen tempests and ocean storms, but never till tonight have I seen a tempest that drops fire. Either there's trouble in the heaven or something on earth displeases the god.
Did you see anything else?
Yes. A slave held up his hand and it seemed on fire. He was not burned. He did not feel any heat. A lion went by me without reacting to me. Women have been saying that they saw burning men walking in the streets. And yesterday, an owl hooted in the marketplace at noon. When such things happen, it's a sign of bad times.
It is a strange time, but men interpret things with their own perspective, which may not be the purpose of the events themselves. Will Caesar be coming to the capital tomorrow?
Yes, he will. He told Antonio to send word to you that he will be there tomorrow.
Good then, Casca. Let me get out of this room.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there? A Roman. Casca, by your voice.
Your ear is good, Cassius.
What a night! A very pleasing night to honest men.
The heavens raging so.
Those who know that the earth is full of faults know that the heavens rage. I have been walking unprotected, and I am unharmed as you can see.
But why did you tempt the skies? Most men are afraid when the gods send us such signs.
You are dull, Casca, and you either don't have the courage of the Romans, or you don't use it if you have it. You are afraid of this storm, yet what you have not realized is that this storm has sent us signs warning us of something. Now think of a man most like this storm, with its lightning and thunder, its opening of graves, and its roaring of the lion in the capital. A man no greater than you or me in personal action, yet grown as frightening as this storm.
You mean Caesar, don't you?
Be that as it may, we have become like women, yoked and burdened.
The senators intend to crown him king tomorrow, and he will wear the crown everywhere, except in Italy.
Then I know where I will wear this dagger. No walls, or bars, or dungeons can keep the spirit captive. When life is tired of its earthly constraints, it can easily set itself free. I can set myself free.
So can I. Every person who is born dead has the power to set himself free.
Why should Caesar rule us then? Poor man, he is deluded into thinking that Romans are just sheep. Has Rome become so trashy so as to worship so foul a thing as Caesar? But why am I saying this to you? Perhaps you are one of his willing slaves and will try and defend him. But I am armed and willing to defend myself.
Casca is not attending. I am willing to do whatever it takes to free Rome from Caesar.
Casca, I have already talked to some of the most noblest Romans about an enterprise that can have consequences that are honorable yet dangerous. I have to meet them at Pompey's post today. The night is suitable for the work in hand. Bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Someone is coming.
It is Cinna. I know him by his walk. He is a friend. Cinna, where are you going in such a hurry?
To find you. Who's that? Metla Simba?
No, it is Casca, one who is with us in our enterprise.
I'm glad. What a fearful night this is. 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights. Oh, Cassius, if you could only win noble Brutus to a party.
Rest assured, it will be done. Take this paper and keep it in the praetor's chair where Brutus can find it. Throw this message into his window and stick this on his statue with wax. Our Decius Brutus and Trebonius here.
All that Metla Simba? He has got to look for you at your home. Okay, I will hurry to drop these papers where you have told me.
After that, come back to Pompey's porch. Come, Casca. We'll speak to Brutus before daybreak. He's already 3/4 on our side, and he'll be wholly on our side once we talk to him. Oh, he is well regarded by all. Come, we will wake him up and speak to him.
Before 3 o'clock in the morning, Brutus is alone in his garden and is unable to sleep. His mind is still disturbed as he wrestles with what to do about Caesar. He has got no personal enmity, but there's a strong possibility of misuse of power by him. Brutus compares Caesar to a serpent's egg, which, if hatched, would create problems for the people of Rome. So, he must be killed.
Lucius? It is nearly daybreak. Wake up! Lucius! Lucius!
You call, my lord.
Light a candle in my study. Call him when it is done.
I will, my lord.
He must be killed. I have no personal hatred of him. It is for the good of the people. If he is strong, his nature may change. Once he is strong, he will have a power that is too dangerous for all. A man setting out in ambition is humble. But when he attains greatness, he becomes scorning and condescending. He is like a serpent's egg and must be killed in the shell.
The candle is lit, sir. When I was searching the window, I found a sealed document. I'm sure it wasn't there last night.
Go back to bed, it is not yet morning. Boy, is not tomorrow the Ides of March?
I don't know, sir.
Look in the calendar and let me know.
I will, sir.
I think I can read in this light. Brutus, you are asleep. Awake and look at yourself. Shall Rome and the rest speak, strike, redress? Such messages have often been dropped into my window. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? When the Tarquin called himself a king, my ancestors drove him out of Rome. Am I being asked to speak and strike? Oh Rome, I promise, if the redressal is sure, I will speak and strike.
Sir, it is the 15th of March.
Good. Go to the gate. Somebody is knocking. Since Cassius first mentioned the danger of Caesar, I have been not able to sleep. The time between the initiation of an action and the taking of an action is like a hideous dream.
Sir, it's your brother Cassius at the door who wishes to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, they are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir, their hats were pulled down over their ears and their faces were hidden in their cloaks so that I cannot recognize them.
Let them enter. Oh, conspiracy! You are ashamed to show your face even at night? Where will you find a cavern dark enough to cover your monstrous face by the day? Don't look for any conspiracy. Instead, hide your faces in smiles and affability. Good morning, Brutus. Are we disturbing you? I've been awake all night. Do I know these men? Yes, and each one of them holds you in high regards. This is Trebonius. He is welcome. This is Decius. He is welcome too. This is Casca, Cinna, and Methuselah Cimber. They're all welcome. What worry is keeping up at night? May I have a word, Brutus?
Brutus sat in his living room thinking things over. It had to be done by killing Caesar. He had nothing against Caesar personally. It was a public matter. Caesar wanted to be the king. The sunshine brought the adder out, and then people have to walk wearily. Crown him king, and they would admittedly put a sting in it that he would be able to harm them with.
Do I know these men who have come with you?
Yes, every one of them admires you, and every one of them wishes to know you.
Here lies the east. Doesn't the sun rise here?
No,
Pardon me, sir, but it does. Those grey lines show that sun will rise here.
you are both wrong. Since it's still winter, the sun rises from there, more towards the south. In 2 months, it will rise further north, and due east is where the capital stands, here.
And let us take an oath.
No, an oath is unnecessary. If the suffering of the people and the abuse of power is not sufficient motive, then let's just call it off and let tyranny live. But if these men are motivated enough to turn cowards brave
and women strong, then we just need a motivation to keep ourselves going. We are Romans, and that which we have said we will do, we will do.
Then what about Cicero? Shall we ask him? His presence will be an asset.
Let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
I think we should approach him. His age will lend gravity to our enterprise.
Right. His silver hair will give him credibility, and his oratory skills will persuade people to commend his leader. They will say, his wisdom ruled our hands. The Lord will love our youth and our wildness, but it'll all be buried in his gravity.
He will never do anything that another man has started. Oh, don't bring him into this.
Then leave him out.
True, he is not fit.
Do we kill only Caesar? Well pointed out, Decius. I think we should get rid of Mark Antony too, for he is a dangerous man.
We would find him a dangerous opponent. And you know, his resources, if he improved them, would stretch out to be a problem for us. So to prevent that, let Antony and Caesar die together.
It will appear to be too bloodthirsty, Cassius. It will appear as if we killed Caesar in anger and Mark Antony in envy. Mark Antony is but an arm of Caesar's, as when Caesar falls, he will too.
Yet I fear him, for he loves Caesar dearly.
Oh, don't worry about him. If he really loves Caesar, all he can do is grieve for him and die. But I don't think he'll do even that, for he is too fond of fun, sports and friends.
Nothing to fear in him.
Yes.
Let him live.
Quiet! How many times did the clock strike?
3 times, Brutus.
It is time to go.
But I don't know if Caesar will come today. He has become very superstitious these days. The terrible storm of the night and the strange happening may keep him away from the capital today.
Nothing to worry there. He's prone to flattery, and I will flatter him into coming.
Let us all go and fetch him.
8 o'clock at the latest.
At the very latest, yes.
Ligarius despises Caesar for scolding him when he expressed admiration for Pompey. How come none of us bother him? Metellus, go and speak to him. He holds me in high regard. Just send him in and I'll do the needful.
It is nearly morning, Brutus. We'll all leave now.
Brutus, my lord!
Portia, why did you come out? You're not well. Exposing yourself to the cold is not good for you.
It's not good for you either. Last night, you were so restless at dinner. And when I asked you twice what the matter was, you waved me off. What is wrong, Brutus? Why are you worried?
I'm not well, that's all.
If you were sick, you would not come out into the cold air to get yourself sicker. Please, Brutus, I'm your wife, and I beg you to tell me what troubles you. I agree that I am but a woman. But I am a woman who is the daughter of Cato and the wife of Brutus, which makes me stronger than the others. I have wounded my thigh as the proof of my strength. If I can bear that, why can I not bear my husband's pain?
Oh gods above, make me worthy of this noble wife. Listen, someone is knocking. Portia, you go inside and I will soon tell you what troubles me. Lucius! Lucius! Who is knocking?
Sir, there is a sick man who wants to see you.
Caius Ligarius, whom Metellus mentioned. Stand aside, but how are you, Caius?
Wishing you a good morning, with a feeble tongue.
Oh, what a time you have chosen to be brave, Caius.
I am not sick, if you have an honorable task for me.
I do have such a task, Ligarius. If only you had the helpful ear to hear it.
By the gods, I discard my sickness. My spirit returns. What has to be done?
A task that will make sick men whole.
Aren't we making this holy man sick?
We must do that too. Come, I will tell you.
Neither heaven nor earth are at peace tonight. California has cried out thrice in her sleep, screaming, "Help! They murder Caesar!" Who's there?
My lord!
Go, tell the priest to make a sacrifice and let me know about its success.
I will, my lord.
Caesar, are you planning to go out today? You must not go out.
Caesar shall go forth. The things that threaten me will vanish when they see my face.
Caesar, I have never believed in omens, but now I fear them. The night watchman has seen strange things too. The graves cracked themselves open, and the air was filled with the noise of battle. Caesar, these things are strange, and I fear them. Night watchman, narrate him what happened yesterday.
Oh yes, my lord. Strange things happen out there. The streets are filled with men in flames. Visions no one else can see. I've heard that a landscape out on the streets. That's a strange location for them to do so. You should fear, my lord. Indeed you should.
Come on,
You
sir,
should
take it
fear.
out.
My lord, you should fear. Indeed you should. Come with me.
If the gods have decreed something, how can it be over? These signs are for all, not just for me.
There are no heavenly signs when beggars die. These signs are only when princes die.
Cowards die many a times before their death, but the brave taste death only once. It's strange that men fear something that is certain and will come in its own time. What do the priests say?
They've asked you to stay in. When they cut open the sacrificial beast, they couldn't find its heart.
Caesar would be a beast without a heart if he stayed at home today. Even danger knows that Caesar is more dangerous than him. Danger and I are two lions, and I'm older and more terrible. Hence, Caesar shall go forth.
Caesar, please, don't go out today. Say it's my fear that keeps you in. Let Mark Antony go and tell the senators that you're not well. I ask you on my knees.
Okay. Mark Antony will say that I'm unwell, and for your sake, I'll stay at home.
Here is Decius Brutus. We will tell them.
Hail Caesar, I have come to get you to the Senate House.
And you have come at a very good time. Bear my greetings to the senators and tell them I will not come today. Cannot come is false, and dare not come is falsehood. I will not come today. Tell them that Decius.
Say he's sick.
Shall Caesar tell a lie? I have not been afraid in battle. Why should I be afraid to tell the truth to old men?
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause. Otherwise, they will laugh at me.
The cause is in my will. My will is not to come. That should satisfy the Senate. But because I have a great regard for you, I will tell you. Calpurnia, my wife, wants me to stay. She had a dream last night. She dreamt that a statue of me began to spray blood from many spouts, and smiling Romans bathed their hands in it. She thinks of this as an omen and has begged me on her knees not to go.
The dream is incorrectly interpreted. It is a very good omen. It means that you will infuse Rome with reviving blood, and that Romans will draw sustenance from this blood.
This is a good interpretation.
See it in the light of the news I bear today. I have heard that they intend to give you a crown today. If you say that you will not come, they may make a joke saying, perhaps, we shall adjourn the Senate until Caesar's wife has a better dream.
How foolish your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed. I gave in to them. Give me my robe. I will go. See, Publius has come to take me. Good morning, Caesar. Welcome, Publius. What, Brutus? You are up early too. Good morning, Casca. Ligarius, I was never as much an enemy, as the illness has made you so thin. What's the time?
Caesar, it's 8. We are already running late for today's important proceedings.
Thank you for your pains and courtesy.
See, even Mark Antony, who parties all night, is awake. Good morning, noble Antony. Good morning, Brutus. And good morning, Caesar.
Good morning, Antony.
I hope you had a good sleep last night.
Yes, of course. Get things ready. I am to blame for the delay in proceedings. Now, Cinna, Metellus, Trebonius, I have an arts matter to discuss with you. Stay near me so that I remember you.
Caesar, I will. I will be so near you that your best friend will wish I had been further.
Now, good friends, come in and have some wine with me. And we, like similar friends, will go together.
Similarities end somewhere, Caesar. Everybody who seems to be a friend is not necessarily one. The heart of Brutus grieves to know that Caesar can't differentiate between who is a friend and who is an enemy.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Pay attention to Cassius. Not go near Casca. Keep an eye to Cinna. Do not trust Ebonius. If you aren't immortal, be aware. Security gives way to conspiracy. May the mighty gods protect you. Love, Artemidorus. I shall stand here and give this to Caesar like a petitioner. If you read this, O Caesar, you may live, or else the fortune is on the side of the traitors.
Boy! Boy! Run to the Senate House. Go on. Why are you still standing there?
To know what I should do there, madam?
You could go there and come back before I tell you what to do. Lord, help me hold my tongue. You're still here.
Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else, and return to you and nothing else.
Yes, bring me word, boy, if your master is well. He looked ill when he left. Also, mark what Caesar does and what petitions are made to him. What is that noise?
I hear none, madam.
Listen well. I hear a bustling sound. It comes from the capital.
Be calm, madam. I hear none.
Come here, my good man. From where have you come?
From my own house, good lady.
What time is it?
About 9.
Has Caesar gone to the capital yet?
Madam, not yet. I'll go to my usual place to watch him pass onto the capital.
You have a petition for Caesar, correct?
That I have, lady, if it will please Caesar to have it.
Why? Do you know of any harm intended towards him?
I don't know of any harm, but I fear harm may happen. Good day, lady. The street is narrow here, and the crowd will crush the feeble old man. I'll move to a more open area and speak to Caesar there.
I must go in. Ah, me, how soft a woman's heart is. Oh Lord, please help Brutus in his enterprise. Run, Lucius, and give my regards to Brutus. Say that I am well. Come back and tell me what he says.
Flashback, warm nights,
march are come. Yes, Caesar, but not gone. Hail, Caesar. Please read this.
Trebonius has asked you to read his humble petition.
Oh Caesar, read mine first, for mine's a petition that is closest to Caesar. Read it, great Caesar.
What is closest to us must be dealt with last.
Please don't delay, Caesar. Read it immediately.
What? Is the fellow mad?
Sir, move away.
What? Do you place your petition in the street? Come to the capital. Our wish to enterprise may succeed. What enterprise, Popilius? Farewell. What did Popilius Lina say? He wished us success in our enterprise. I fear our purpose is discovered. Watch what he says to Caesar. Casca, beware, we may be stopped. Brutus, what will we do? I will kill myself.
Cassius, be calm. Popilius Lina is not speaking of our plans. Look, he's smiling, and Caesar's mood has not changed.
Trebonius knows his cue. See, he's taking Mark Antony out of the way.
Come, Antony, come with me.
Where is Metellus Timber? Let him present his petition.
He is acknowledged. Press near and second him.
Casca, you will strike first.
Are we all ready?
Most high, most mighty Caesar, Metellus Simba presents a humble petition.
Simba, flattery may sway ordinary men, but not Caesar. Your brother has been banished and your flattery will not bring him back. I kiss your hand, but not in flattery, Caesar. I do request that Publius Simba may be pardoned. What? Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. I beg pardon for Publius Simba.
Caesar is as immovable as the North Star.
Oh, Caesar.
Go away. You cannot move Mount Olympus. Great Caesar. Haven't I refused even Brutus?
Speak hands for me.
At you, brute. Then fall, Caesar.
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run, proclaim, crying about the streets.
Some of you go to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom and enfranchisement.
People and senators, don't be afraid. Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius too.
Where is Publius?
Here, what confused with this mutiny?
Stand together, or some friends of Caesar's might.
Publius, we mean you no harm, nor any harm to Rome.
And go, Publius, or the crowd rushing to us may hurt you.
No one is to take the blame for this, but us, the doers.
Ignorance of the soothsayer's warning proved to be a fatal mistake made by Caesar. Hence, the inevitable day in the month of March arrives, when mighty Caesar is stabbed to death by the conspirator. Antony, Caesar's most loyal friend, is seething with rage after hearing about Caesar's death. A spirit of vengeance burns with him, and he plans to avenge his friend's death by becoming the confidant of the conspirators.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house, amazed, there's pandemonium outside.
We will know our fate soon, that we shall all die someday is sure.
Why? He that cuts off 20 years of his life, cuts off that many years of fearing death.
So death is a benefit then. We are serious for cutting short the time he feared death. Come, bathe your hand in his blood, so that all may know us, and we go forth shouting, peace, freedom, and liberty.
Brutus!
Wait! Who is this? A servant of Antony?
Brutus, my master has asked me to tell you that he loved Brutus and honored him. That he feared Caesar, loved him, and honored him. If Brutus will guarantee safety while he collects Caesar's body, then we will not love Caesar dead as much as he loved Brutus alive.
Your master is a brave and wise Roman. I know it. Say him, he may come to my honor. No harm shall come to him.
I will fetch him presently.
He would be a good man to have as friend.
I have my doubts about it.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, all your glories, advance has reduced to a mere dead body. Goodbye, my friend. Gentlemen, kill me if you will. It would be an honor to die by the sword that slew Caesar.
Oh, Antony, do not ask us to kill you. We might appear bloody, but our pity for Rome drove us into this deed. We shall do you no harm, only wait until we have spoken to the people and calm their fury.
Brutus, a word with you. I do not consent to him speaking at the funeral. He will sway the people.
Wait, I will be speaking first and convincing them of our wisdom, and we shall see that all the ceremonies have been fulfilled.
I don't like it.
Mark Antony, here take Caesar's body, but do not blame us in your speech, but speak of the good of the Caesar, and say that you do it with our permission, or we will not let you speak. So shall it be. Prepare the body and then follow us.
Pardon me, my friend, for being so meek and gentle with your butchers. Over your wounds, I promise you, I shall avenge you. You serve Octavius Caesar, don't you?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did write for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and is coming. He asked me to tell you.
Oh, Caesar!
Your heart is big. You may weep in private. Is your master coming?
He is within the 7 leagues of Rome.
Go back with speed and tell him what has happened. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome, not safe for Octavius yet. But wait a bit and help me to carry the body to the marketplace.
After Caesar's death, Brutus delivers an oration defending his actions, and for once the public is on his side. Throughout his speech, he calls Caesar ambitious. Brutus tries to convince the people that he killed Caesar for the good of Rome. On the other hand, Antony, with his subtle and eloquent speech over Caesar's corpse, deftly turns public opinion in his favor by manipulating the emotions of the common people. He reminds him of the good Caesar has done for Rome, his sympathy with the poor, and his refusal of the crown at the River Cal, thus questioning Brutus's claim for Caesar's ambition. He shows Caesar's lifeless body with the common people to have them shed tears and gain sympathy for their fallen hero. Lastly, Antony succeeds in swaying public opinion in his favor and is satisfied to instigate the common people against the conspirators.
Let us be satisfied. We will be satisfied. 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 Let us be satisfied.
Then follow me and listen, friends. Those who want to hear me, stay here. Those who want to hear Cassius, follow him. Public reasons will be given for Caesar's death.
I will hear Brutus speak.
I will hear Cassius and compare their reasons.
The noble Brutus has ascended.
Silence!
Be patient till the end. Romans, countrymen and lovers, listen and be silent so that you may hear. Believe me for my honor, and have respect for my honor so that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom and awake your senses so that you may the better judge. If there's any friend of Caesar, I say to him that my love for Caesar was no less than his. If that friend asks, why did I then kill Caesar? I say this. Not that I love Caesar less, but I loved Rome more. Would you rather Caesar were living and you die all slaves? Or Caesar were dead for you to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There, tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so low that would be a slave? If any, speak for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak for him have I offended. I pause for reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then I have offended none. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. Here comes his body. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying. A place in the commonwealth, as shall all of you. With this I depart, that as I killed my best friend for the good of Rome, I shall use the same dagger upon myself. Should my country demand my death?
Live, Brutus! Live! Live!
Carry him home in triumph.
Give him a statue of his ancestors. Make him Caesar, a better Caesar. We'll take his to his house with shouts.
My countrymen, peace. Silence. Brutus speaks.
Peace, hope.
Good countrymen, let me go alone. And for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoke. Stay, and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go into the pulpit. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am indebted to you.
What did he say about Brutus? He says, for Brutus' sake, he is indebted to us all. He better speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant.
That's certain. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him. Peace! Let us hear what Antony has to say.
You gentle Romans,
Peace! Let us hear him.
friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often buried with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus has told you Caesar was ambitious. If that is true, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it.
There's much logic in what he says. Yes, there is much logic.
Here, with the permission of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men. I come to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me, but Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. He brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms filled the public funds. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor have cried, Caesar has wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. You all saw that on the Lupercal I presented him a kingly crown thrice, which he refused thrice. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I don't speak to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh judgment, you have fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it comes back to me.
I think there is much logic in what he says.
If you think of it, Caesar has had great wrong committed upon him.
As he masters, I fear the next will be more worse than him.
Did you note his words? He would not take the crown, therefore it is certain that he was not ambitious. If he really wasn't, someone will pay.
The poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's no nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now listen, he begins to speak again.
Just yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now he lies there, and none so humble as to show him respect. Oh, masters, if I was the kind to stir you up to mutiny and rage, I'd be doing Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong. We all know our honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, wrong myself and you, than I wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. It is his will. After you hear this testament, which pardon me, I did not mean to read to you. You'd go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, dip your napkins in his sacred blood, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy to their children.
We will hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
The will!
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not wise for you to know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood. You are not stones.
but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. It is good, you know not, that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what should come of it?
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. Read us the will. Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I overshot myself by telling you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men.
The testament.
They were villains, murder. Read the will.
You will force me then to read the will.
Yes.
And make a ring about the corpse of Caesar. And let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend?
Yes.
And will you let me through?
Descend.
Calm down. Give him space.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all know this mountain. I remember the first time that Caesar put it on. It was on a summer's evening in his tent, the day he overcame the Nervi. Look! Cassius's dagger ran through it here. See what a slit that envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he pulled his cursed steel away, see how the blood of Caesar followed it. At the flushing out of doors to find out if it was really Brutus, nor hint so unkindly. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, all you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the unkindest cut of all, for when the noble Caesar saw him stab, the ingratitude of Brutus, stronger than any traitor's arm, killed him. Then burst his mighty heart, and his mantle, muffling up to his face, at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then I, and you, and all of us fell down while bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I see you feel the beginning of pity. These are gracious drops, kind souls. You weep when you look at Caesar's cloak rent. Look here then!
Oh, look
Here he is himself, torn apart as you can see by traitors!
Wait, countrymen! Hear the noble Antony. We will hear him, we will follow him, and we will die with him. Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not what made them do it, but they are wise and honorable men, and will sure with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to stir your hearts, for I am no orator as the noble Brutus, but as you know me all, plain blunt man that loved his friend, and that they know full well. They who gave me public leave to speak of him, but they knew that I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, nor wisdom, nor action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only come to speak straight on, tell you what you yourselves do know.
Show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me.
But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony who would ruffle up your spirits and stick a tongue in every wound of Caesar's, that would turn the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny!
Mutiny! Mutiny! Mutiny!
We will burn the house of Brutus! Never burn the traitors' houses! Yet hear me with patience, my countrymen. Want to hear the will that I told you of?
The will.
The testament. Hear me with patience, then. Here is the will under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen, to every single man he has left, 75 judgments!
Oh, noble Caesar!
Almighty Caesar!
Yet hear me with patience, countrymen, there's more left. Moreover, he has left you all his works, his private harbors, the new planted orchards. He has left them for you and your heirs forever. Here was a Caesar. Will there ever be another like him?
No, never!
We will burn the house of Brutus, plug down benches, plug down phones, windows, anything!
Now let it go! Traitors, prepare for war!
And thus did Mark Antony stir up Rome against the conspirators. They went to Sardis to fight the new government of Rome, led by Mark Antony, Octavian, and Lepidus. The forces of Mark Antony and Octavian ultimately won the battle. When defeat was inevitable, Brutus killed himself rather than die at the hands of the enemy.
When Antony and Octavian came upon the body, they paid homage to Brutus, noting that while the other conspirators killed Caesar because they envied him, Brutus thought that Caesar must go for the benefit of the people.
Brutus was the noblest Roman of all. All the conspirators, except he, did what they did out of envy for the great Caesar. He, for the common good, brought them together, joined them, and misguided them into thinking that this would benefit Rome. This was a man. Yes, this was a man.
To
A world, funny or tragic, in which you can take part. We hope you found the performances of our budding theatre artists as exciting and entertaining as the dynamic storyteller wanted it to be.
I request you to please give a hearty applause to all actors and encourage their contributions. Now, I would like to call our school principal to deliver the parting note.
Good afternoon, everyone. This house full. I expected less because it is a working day, and I believe that most of the parents will prefer to go to their offices rather than coming to school. Because this is usually what happens whenever we have Takshila Utsav. We were expecting each and every parent from school around 4,300 into 2. But the seats went empty, and we were actually disappointed by that. So I thought I'll start with this. As far as the function is concerned, it took us almost 2 years to decide that what we are going to present over stage. We are celebrating this year, or rather dedicated this year, for celebrating diversity. And we had one person like who has written the story, the choreography, the songs, everything for this program also, Mr. Deepak Morris from Pune. Unfortunately, he was not able to give us the complete script. So in past 15 days, whatever was possible by the children and the teachers, what we could do, we have performed here. And what I noticed was each and everyone sitting here, they were actually engrossed into the acting and whatever was taking place on the stage. That is the recognition. The silence with which you were watching this, that was the recognition for the students of class 10th. So the students have already said, that is, you have to give a big hand to the students. Now I'll request you to give a big hand to the teachers who are involved in this. I'll not take too much of time because I thought of discussing with you so many things. One achievement I would like to put in front of you, because we never put our results in our local dailies. So this time, means last session, as far as class 12th is concerned, because every year, like, we don't compare our school with any of the local schools here. But when we compare with DPSs, so I must tell you that is we stood number 3. That is number 3 in all DPSs, India and abroad. With a school average in class 12 of 89.5. 89.5 with no failures, no compartments, no second divisions. Because if there is going to be a failure, I don't think that is you will see my face next year on the stage. Number 1 in all the DPSs was DPS Indonesia, who had an average of 93. But the number of students they had was only 11. So it is very easy to get that much percentage when the strength is actually less. So there are only 11 students and their average was 93. Second position was backed by DPS Harni, where the number of students were 20. And we had 195 children, so whenever the average is taken, the number has to go above 100. So 195 children, and out of this, if you ask me that is how many bagged more than 75%, it was almost 90%. 90% of the children, they were above 75%. Hardly 2 or 3 children, they were below 75, and the lowest was 67. Our motto, like it's not that always after class 10th, 11th and 12th science, we have to send the children for engineering or medicals, because I remember for past 3 years, the topper of our school, instead of joining an engineering college, they preferred to join Delhi University for economic honors. And I must tell you, few students, those who come back, they tell, that is, they got a package, very good package. I don't believe that is only package shows or reflects whether you are successful or not. But they said they got a better package than those who have done engineering or medical from colleges. So I request all the parents, because your wards are in class 10th, next year we have less number of vacancies in 11th. I have discussed this with the students also whenever I take meetings with class 10thers. So don't just focus that everybody should get science and only they will be successful in life. That is not the story at all in the present scenario. Let them choose what they want. You also know the aptitude of the child. If somebody is not good in maths or physics or chemistry, if somebody is not good in history, political science, and they have got good marks, of course they can go for science. Please don't force them. That is my sincere advice to you before we part. I would like to call the students of choir, that is who were singing throughout in past 1.5 hours. Marud Nandan of 10A, I would request them if they can come over stage and stand next to me. Marud Nandan of 10A, Amandeep 10H, Shreya 10B, Rohini Bhavya 10C, Aditya 10C, Ayush 10D, Pratik Paul 10G, Riddhi Singh 10G, Prerna Singh 10C, Soumya 10I, Shivani 10I, Shivangi Shubhra 10I, Divyani Singh 10D, Anurag Todi 10H. Let me hear it. And the students of the orchestra group, like who were there before we started the program, it was Keshav Tyohar 9G, Utsav Mitra 9G, Chirag Thirani 9C, Suyash 10D and Utkarsh 10C. It's lunchtime, I know that, but please give them a big hand, everyone, like the students, the teachers and even the principal, if possible. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to everyone, the grandparents, the parents who have reported here. Thank you for your constructive support that you have been giving us for the past so many years. We are doing well, and have faith in us. Your children will be successful in life. Thank you, the music department, like they have done a great job. Mrs. Chetna Jha, like who is always backstage, never shows her face, but a great job by the head students and teachers' life. There are so many people. Right, I cannot name them right now. Anyways, the art department, you have seen whatever presentations we have shown here. This is just an introduction to you. That is, your wards will be going to the village next year. It is compulsory, it is mandatory that 1 week they will be staying in the village and they will be again coming out with a presentation like this. After this program, we are going to have ideas of development of students of class 11th. So those who are interested, you can stay back and see the presentation. That is how a village can be transformed into a better village. We never wanted to convert that village into a town, but how that can be transformed. Everything was done by students themselves, and we have a mentor, Mr. Rajeshwar Mishra, who will be also reporting you. So if you are interested, you can stay back, you can have your seats, whatever you have it right now. You can collect your children from the plaza. They are all sitting there because I never wanted them to go back to the class. So the moment you go there, you can pick them up. I would request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा कहे तब जय गाथा जन गण